So Parkinson's, and it's a serious topic. It's a serious problem, but the good news is there are things you can do. There are pointers that can help you, and physical therapy can be a lifesaver here. You know, my patients and your patients, I'm sure, once they realize all that physical therapy has to offer, it's pretty great. But basically, what Parkinson is there's something that happens in the brain that causes problems with movement, you know, slowness of movement, stiffness, tremor, and balance problems. Those are kind of the key things that you're going to see. People may not even know they have Parkinson's. It starts very insidiously with a hand that may shake a little bit, and not both. All right, maybe just one hand, or a foot gets stiff and it just doesn't go away. If you start noticing that, don't wait. You know, go to a physician, go to a neurologist, get diagnosed, because the sooner you start exercising and physical therapy, the better you do. And if your doctor doesn't send you for physical therapy, tell them you need to go ASAP. Oftentimes they'll wait until you start losing function. I see that a lot, and then they'll send you. That's too late. All right, go as soon as you can. So basically, you want to work on all those areas: the balance, the walking, the tightness. And so there's two quick tests that I'm just going to show you. One is Bramell-Risberg, and it's just a pronation supination. So you actually should do one hand at a time. Okay. All right, and in 10 seconds, you should be able to do 20 of these. All right, if you have Parkinson's or any kind of movement slowness, you won't be able to get 20 in. All right, the second test, have a seat. A lot of therapists use, and again, you know, it's much more clinical and precise when a therapist does it, but let me show it to you. You're going to put a chair, you're going to take 3 meters, put a piece of tape, and then the person's going to get up, they're going to walk over to the piece of tape just past it and turn around, and then they're going to come back, and then they're going to sit down. Now you should be able to do that according to the norms for your age in 7 or 8 seconds. I mean, easily. And definitely under 10, but for somebody who has Parkinson's, if they can't do it in at least 14, then you need to talk to somebody. There is a movement problem. So it's getting up, walking, turning around as fast as you can, and coming back and sitting down. So you time from the minute they get up till boop, they sit down. All right, so those are the 2 tests, and now Dana's going to show you some things that you can do.
Yeah, well, I think there's one thing out there that we both agree on that's phenomenal, and there's a boxing program that's been developed specifically for Parkinson's patients. It's called Rock Steady. It's excellent. If you do have Parkinson's disease, and there is one in your community, I would highly encourage you to find it. It's a great community. There's been studies that show how effective it is. But it's not accessible to everybody. It doesn't exist everywhere. So just taking some components from a boxing program and doing on your own, I think are wonderful. Now the goal is to be able to do this 3 times a week for 30 to 40 minutes. And you want to work out at kind of moderate to high intensity. So if you're thinking about how hard you're pushing on a scale, 0, none, 10 the hardest, like you were sprinting as hard as you could, you want to work at about a 7 or 6 to 7 maybe through the exercises that you're doing. So you're huffing and puffing a little bit. You can take breaks during it. Now I think using 2 components of a boxing program, which are jump roping and shadow boxing, are nice things to do because you're working rotation, coordination, and those are key things to train in Parkinson's disease. So even without a jump rope, just thinking about jump roping. Now if you can't get off the ground, that's okay. You can pretend. You can just kind of bounce as you're going up and down. Or you can do like a little skip motion with your right leg and then with your left leg. So those are some movements that you can do. It's a coordinated movement. You're getting some strength, some power, landing, pushing off, all things that are good for training in Parkinson's disease.
So starting with like 10, but building to minutes?
Yeah, I think start with about 10 repetitions. Assess how you feel after. Make sure you're not pushing up to like an 8 or 9 on that scale. Get your breath, and then really work to do it for about a minute. Then rest for a full minute between, so you're not you're not pushing. You want recovery time in between. I also like some shadow boxing.
Okay, me
so
too.
shadow boxing, start one foot in front of the other. And even though you're gonna have a dominant side, I'd encourage you to do this on both and just throw punches. So start slow. You don't wanna throw too hard where you're hurting yourself. A controlled punch, start with your knuckles up, knuckles down. So you're getting that supination, pronation of your hand, but then start really putting
Shifting
a little,
your weight.
yeah, so
foot
put
to
some
the other.
action into it. So you're gonna push forward as you punch, push forward and twist in your body, and then switch sides. So as you punch, you're rotating, and this, you know, and just going across your body. Pick up your pace and really get your body into it, because those full body motions are what's important in Parkinson's. So you want to make sure you're using your full body, crossing your body, and doing things with some speed as well. Anything to add?
No, I love it.
And all of those, again, assess how you feel after about 10 repetitions on each side, catch your breath, but work up to a minute bouts on all of the exercises. All right?
Perfect.
Sounds good. So those are your exercises for aging well.